The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, traders, swing traders, day traders, investors, whatever you may be. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Trade Ideas Test Drive Support webinar. And if you're here for the first time, what our format is, okay, we're here to help you with any problems, any confusion you may be having with the software. So it's just going to be a question and answer format. And speaking of questions and answer, would somebody drop in there yay or nay if you can hear me? Well, you won't, I guess you won't say nay. Do I sound okay to you guys? All right, I got one, two, all right, we got them coming in now. All right, thanks everybody.
If you can't hear me, don't say anything.
Exactly. All right, guys, I'm going to give a little disclaimer here. All right, this is for educational purposes only. Anything you see in here should not be construed as investment advice. If that's what you're seeking, go visit a broker, a licensed RIA or something like that. But we are going to have some fun and go over the software and answer any questions that you might have. And while you guys are thinking about your questions, just go ahead and start right now. Just start dropping them in the questions panel. If you can't find that, look on your go-to webinar interface, and you should find a little question box, and you can just pop that out by opening the window there, and just pop it out and start firing away questions. And we'll get going. And so I can see it's slowing down a little bit from the prior as we get longer into the week. More and more people are getting used to using the software, but we still have a pretty decent crowd in here. While I'm waiting, Steve and Jamie will be in here, mostly Jamie helping out with the questions. We're going to try to get to everything verbally and actually present it to you and show you, using my desktop. But in some cases, Jamie will just answer the question in there, and when he does, everybody will be able to see it. So we're not going to miss anything. All right, we already got a question here. How can I get some of the scans on your page? Like the pullback. Very good question. I don't know if Steve, let me take a peek.
Okay.
And he did.
All right, let me just can you hear me? Let me jump in here. You did miss a question from Angie, and I dropped in the linking PDF for IB. I don't know if she's seen that. That was her first question, going over external linking. And all we really have is a PDF that we can give out, and I can drop that PDF into the handouts panel as well, I believe, hopefully, Angie. And that, if you haven't seen that, it has all of the instructions to work with the interactive broker external linking. But I just wanted to highlight that, Andy. I'm sorry.
No, thank you. Yes, Angie, follow that handout, and if it doesn't work, come back to our website tomorrow, and we have a little chat section down in the lower right corner. Go in there, ask for Bill or Will, or just post your question there, and they will grab it and help you with that if you can't get it going.
Yeah, so there's two PDF files in the handouts panel now in the GoToWebinar handout window. One of them is the cloud links that a lot of people have asked about, and the second one was the linking instructions specific to that question, Karen.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, to answer you, Bob, the other handout that's in there is the cloud links. If you look in your handouts, guys, and I'm hoping everybody can find this. We had a few people on Tuesday that could not find it, but once again, go to your GoToWebinar interface, and there's some little sections in there, and you'll have a little triangle that designates in each section. One will be called a dashboard. Well, you might not have that. Yours will show question box, the chat box, and hopefully the handouts. Look for the little Adobe linking. Adobe emblem, and next to that will be a word or two words called Cloud Links. And you can just click on that, and what's going to happen, you're going to pull up a little PDF page. Now, you cannot copy these links. I had somebody today that I tried to help this with, and what he was trying to do was copy these links and drop those into our load from cloud. You can't do that, okay, because this is actually just an image of a link. So what you'll actually have to do is click on the link and then get your code. The best place to get it is from the URL If for some reason you don't want to do it that way, the code is also down here in red. You can copy that. But the easy way is to just copy the URL, minimize your browser, come in here and load from cloud. It will automatically copy it from your clipboard, so you don't have to paste, and then just hit load. And there I got the trend change lubricant. So hopefully all you guys can find that. Okay, it is in high demand because it does have all of our favorite cloud links in there. So it's not only like, hey guys, take these are great alerts, but more importantly than that is you can go in there and see how we build our alerts. So when you're doing your customization or your own configuring, it will help you to see and look what we're doing when we build these alerts. So maybe you can use the same filters, alerts, what have you, but you can see the ones that we use, and it will help you when you do your own configuring. All right, let me get caught up here. Okay, that was Bob. Karen says I'm cutting out. I hope that's not, and Karen says no sound now. Can everybody hear me okay still?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay.
It's not on your end, not on my end.
Okay. Yeah, Karen, you may be having some technical issues on your end.
Did you already go through the demonstration of how to click on the cloud link? I think
I
you
did.
didn't you? Yeah, I was answering a question.
I sure did.
All right.
Hoping never.
Fire away. The floor is open.
Now, when you do that, guys, when you do that, all you're doing is loading it from the cloud, okay? You're not actually saving it to the cloud. I know it seems like it would be saving it, but it's not. All you're doing is loading it. So what you do is once you load it and you fire it and it pops up, then you have to save it to your cloud. And the way that you would do that is just right-click in the window, find the little cloud, save or share to cloud. And if you're not sharing it with anybody, in most cases you won't be, you'll just be saving it, and just click the save button and it will save. And I'm not going to do it because I got so much stuff in my cloud right now. And what you can do in the channel bar, you can find at the very top of your channel bar, you can find my cloud, and you can look in here and find all of your saved links, cloud links. As you can see, I got to go through and clean that out. All right, guys, I do not have any set agenda today. I don't care how basic your question is, fire away, because I'm not going to know what to talk about unless you guys ask a question. And, you know, I'm kind of got the bad end of the deal, I guess, almost going last here, but it is definitely thinning out a little bit. And well, no, we got enough people in here. There should be more questions.
Well, we had a question just kind of scroll through there, but I think well, I think we've answered it already. It's the handout in the handout section for linking to interactive brokers, correct?
Correct. What should the 60 milliseconds in the upper right corner? This is a good one for everybody. It's Karen asked, what should the 60 milliseconds? So what she's asking about is this lag time up here. Right now I'm at 23 milliseconds, which is very, very good. Basically, this is the lag time from the exchanges to your computer. So as long as you're running, you know, anything south of, what do you guys say? You know, I mean, I think 200 or 300, you're still pretty fast. I mean, I think what you're going to find is it's going to fluctuate between, you know, 20 and, you know, maybe at 80. But if it gets around 1500 to 2000, okay, you might, you know, may be concerned. You're lagging pretty good, and you may start to slow down. But you know,
and that's pretty much there just to make sure, you know, in case you ever have any congestion, you're going to know about it because the little green lights will turn yellow and sometimes red. But just keep in mind, 100 milliseconds is a tenth of a second. So, you know, even if you're at 200 or 300, not so bad. Exactly.
And
typically only people that are overseas even get that type of ping time.
Yes. And keep in mind, if you start having internet with, you know, if you have a poor carrier and maybe just terrible bandwidth, you will see, you know, you will see it and hear it. Don't think it's on our end. We have very powerful servers, and for the most part, yeah, you should, fluctuate below 100. And so if you are running around 1,500, 2,000, you might want to look into your internet server to see how you can, update that capacity.
All right, nice little bit of questions coming through.
Oh,
here
good.
now.
All right. Now we just got to find out where I'm at here.
I think right up there at Omar.
Where'd Omar go? Okay, got it. What's a good scanner alert window to make to scan for change from the open? I always see stocks like to $2 or $3 and never get it on time. So I think you're saying
he sees all these stocks that have ripped up or down.
Yeah.
How obviously you want to create an alert that's going to tell you before, and of course, as we always say, we have to find the event that we're looking for.
Right.
We can look and go, oh, I would have liked to have been short there, or I would have liked to have gotten long there. But really, we all ponder that. We all ponder that, don't we, Andy? When we see these stocks that go up for 30 minutes in a row, or 6 consecutive green candles, you're like, well, geez, how could I know when they're going to do that? And there's really no magic bullet for that. No. You can associate properties. Okay, is the volume much higher than normal? And is the price continually increasing? But there's really no way to be predictive in that capacity unless you go back and examine the stock characteristics during that run and see if there's correlation between similar patterns, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, that takes a lot of time and energy and hours of research.
Exactly. And Omar, I always use this as a good example because this is what I call extreme volume high-low pro, and you can find it in that handouts. And I've done so many webinars on this showing how you can be patient. And even though you don't catch one, early, like this VAR, for example, and this is 45 minutes after the market open, all right, and it's at 125.76, big gap and go, and I guarantee you, a lot of traders were going, "Dang, I wish I'd have been in that, on the gap, or wish I would have bought it here." But you can still see there's plenty of alpha to be had. And the reason I like things like this is because I know 30 minutes after the market's open, if they're still doing huge volume and hitting highs, the relative volumes are all 11, which is basically 11 times normal volume. It's still flying through, doing almost 20 times 1 minute volume. That is, to me, is more of a confirmation of how strong the stock really is. Now, I can lower my parameters. So if I go in here and look at this strategy, and you'll see that, let me hit hide unused, and you'll see that I have a 1 minute volume filter in here. It has to be doing 10 times normal, a 5 minute volume of 5 times normal. Now I could come in here and lower these down to maybe 500 on the 1 minute and 200 on the 2 minute, and you're right, I would catch these a lot sooner. The problem is I'm going to catch a lot of junk with it. So it's kind of a trade-off there. You can just make a simple high ticker with 200% 5 minute volume, and you're going to catch things so quick. The thing about it is there's going to be a lot of false flags. There's going to be a lot of false failed charts. So just keep that in mind when you're building these, Omar. But to answer your question, yeah, that this extreme volume high-low pro is a very good a momentum alert. And you won't always catch them late because some of them, will be doing high volume right off the get-go. All right. Tyler, do I need to read this? You put in there no shortcuts, Jamie. Should I?
Yeah, I was just trying to knock some of these out with
Thanks
text.
a lot for the test run. Thank you. Could you help with shortcuts in making them? Is there any shortcuts for commands?
Right, hotkeys, kind of like the trading platforms that we used to be on back in the old days. You could assign hotkeys for, different functionalities.
Pretty much point and click, except for zooming in and out of the charts. That would be one we could talk about.
Instead of doing what, Steve?
Zooming in and out, that's a hotkey function that in the charts. But other than that, pretty much point and click.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's point and click to, of course, to zoom in and out of on the charts. If some of you guys don't know that yet, you just hold down the control key. Make sure you hold down the control key, because if you don't, okay, it's just going to go back in time and you're going to lose your current data. Okay, nicely we have a little arrow to always get you back to your current data. So just hold down the control key and you can zoom in and out for the charts. We have a great send to. This is a great, if you have a symbol list somewhere and you want to send a symbol to it, this is, I guess, a nice little shortcut. Instead of finding your symbol list, going up here and going to tools and finding it and editing it, you can simply right click, send it to symbol list, and whatever symbol list you want to send it to, you just click on it and it automatically fires that symbol into your symbol list. That is a really neat little shortcut feature. But you know, other than that, it's man, boy, I tell you, the whole software is kind of a shortcut once you get to know it. Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, I think Bob is just wanting you to show how to load up a cloud link. You know,
okay.
Once you get your hands on a cloud link, what do you do with it?
Yeah, I'll do that one more time. Okay, once again, I'm going to pull up the cloud links page, and this is the same if a friend of it shares it, sends you an email with just one link in it. Okay, anytime you get a cloud link, the procedure is the same. All right, first thing you always have to do is click on that link. Okay, because you want to get to this load from cloud page. This is kind of what I call my code page. My code is in there. The code's going to be down here in red. Or the easy way is just to copy the URL as soon as you pull it up. Once you do that, you can minimize that. File, load from cloud, and you don't have to do anything. It copies it from the clipboard that you just set. So just hit load, and there you go. We have a copy of that. And once again, all you're doing is loading from the cloud. Okay, don't close this out. You'll lose it. You'll have to go back and get it. Don't close it out if you want to save it unless you save it to your cloud. Click on, do that again for you. Right click, find the cloud, and just hit save. And that's going to put it in your cloud for you, so you'll never be on our servers, so you'll never have to worry about losing it. How do we set a stop alert for trade of the week? Very, very good question, Joe. So let's say you're in trade of the week this week. It is DKS. So let's say the stop, and I'm not going to get into what the actual stop is, but let's say you want to set your stop below this level right here. You do not want to take out this range right here. And maybe it was higher, I don't know, but let's just use this for an example. All right, so let's say you want it to hold that range and you want to set an alert below that range so you will be notified when it breaks that range. So all you have to do is right click in here. All right, create a price alert. All right, and for you, it really doesn't matter if you're going long or short because you're just being notified on this one. Make you a little note, you know, get out and save it, and now your price alert is set, and you will see a little blue line with a little pin, little blue pin there. So very simple. I've used so many different softwares in my trading career, and I'm telling you the truth, these are the most user-friendly price alerts I've ever seen. They're so simple. You just click and save. And I hope that helps you there, Joe. Being due, my destinations are basic. Do you sync with TD Ameritrade? And yes, we do, Kevin. Yes, we do. And if you, we have some basic syncing functionality. Real quickly, I mean, we don't have a bunch of logins for all these different brokers out there, so it's hard for us to show you how to do it. But what you want to do is go to Windows, and I remember when I first started doing this, I was trading on Sterling, and I had no problem. You just files, external linking, and what you want to do is add link, and then you're going to get this little, pop-up that's going to tell you what to do there. And it's basically simple, just following instructions here, mousing over the window that you want to link. If there is a place to put the symbol anywhere, like I know a lot of times in order entry windows, you'll have a little box to put your symbol in. It's best to mouse over that box. And sometimes you'll have it in charts as well. But a lot of times you can just mouse over the window and do it. But I've noticed on software when it did have boxes, it seemed like it worked better if I moused over the box. And then there's a rule here. Okay, so what you want to do is pop open this drop-down menu. It happens after you do your linking, and it's going to be a rule in here, and you'll see probably about 12, maybe a dozen brokers in there. And if your broker's in there, just click on it, and it'll automatically set the API rule or whatever is in there. I'm not a technician, so I don't know. But guys, if you remember, if you have any problems, come to our website, okay, and come to the chat area at the bottom. There'll be a little pop-up blurb down at the bottom. It'll say something like, have a question, just click on that and come into our forum there, and we'll help you. All right.
Looks like you're pretty caught up for now, so
okay.
If anybody's sitting on it, well, I tell you what, hold on. Nope, my little...
Scroll down.
I had my times messed up. Okay, well, I stand corrected.
Okay.
So let's get caught up here.
Can you show me where I can find scans at? Which tab? Sorry if you discussed this. Are you talking about? Well, you can find scans all throughout our channel bar.
How about the channel bar? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. There's going to be, when you first pull up the software, you're probably going to be in the social media, okay? And you can find scans throughout, and a lot of good ones too. A lot of good top lists, multi-strategy windows. So the beauty about our channels, obviously you cannot change them because they are our channels. This is proprietary. You're not going to be able to alter these in any form and fashion and save them. But what you can do is if you see something you like, let's say you're in this one right here and you love this multi-strategy trade idea, winners watcher, and you say, I love this, but I don't want to spend all my day on this channel. I got other stuff I want to look at. I want to go back to my default, but I'd love to get this one over there. Okay, very easy. Once again, it's just save to the cloud function. You right click, save to the cloud, and just hit save. Now, if I go back over to my default, and I do that by loading layout, finding my default, and now I want to bring that over. I just go to the cloud. It's going to be the most recent one on top. As soon as you can load all that crap in the cloud. And there it is, Trade Ideas Winner Watcher. So now I can just double click on it, and now I brought this and migrated it over to my default layout if I want to use it somewhere. So very easy to use. I mean, you can find, there's, gosh, I don't know, probably 30, 40, 50, scans, in our channels that you can have access to. Or, once again, the PDF that we just shared with you, you can have access to all that too. So, right when you're using the software, there's tons. You have access to tons of alerts and top list in multi-strategy windows. Okay, Karen, I'm going to address this. Karen says your software is sometimes difficult. It's difficult, Karen, in the sense that it's very, very powerful. Okay, there's no competition out there. You can find some good aftermarket scanning software, but as far as real-time data goes, there's nothing that really competes. Because it is so powerful, it can seem daunting. But I can't tell you how many people that have used this for 2 or 3 weeks and come back and they just got the swing of it. It's just you get some of the basic functionality down, especially when it comes to configuration. This is the key, and is getting in here and learning how to use the configuration. And we go over this a lot in that video that I'm sure every one of you guys received. It's like a 1-hour video that Steve and I did, and just going and building maybe 2 or 3 alerts or top list multi-strategies in a row, and you'll find yourself, because once you learn how to navigate and use the search function, Very powerful. You know, anything you're searching for. You want to find something on stochastics. You know, there you go. You want to find something on VWAP. Just start typing it in, and you're going to find it. You know, and then the power of filters. We have so many filters to choose from, and if that's not enough for you, we allow you, you know, if you are so inclined to use custom formulas to even take that another step. I'm not real good at it, but these are all our filters. Filters are going to always have this colored to them, and so we have so much to choose from when you're building your alerts. So spend some time, and once again, going back to that PDF, look at how we configure. Go in there and look at some of those configurations, and look, you know, the position and range. Very, very, very powerful filters. I tell people, if you can imagine a chart in your head, you can build it just by using our position and range filters. And once again, you look at that PDF and some of the configurations, you're going to find a lot of this. You know, but I think, Karen, yes, and sometimes we forget, because all three of us in here have been using this from pretty much from day one. We were very early adopters. I mean, so we sometimes take it for granted, and I can. It's hard for us to sometimes empathize, but when I step back and I see the people, you know, struggling with it, and that's why we offer so much support. We're not going to stop here. I know this is, a lot of you guys, or almost everybody in here, is on a test drive. We're not going to stop here. We'll have webinars all throughout next week. You know, you can sign up for one-on-one training if you subscribe. Come to the webinars. Every Friday we have a 3-hour webinar. Come in there, spend some time with us three, and we're here to help you. So I hate to say there's no excuse for not learning it, you know, because the support is here, and we'll give it to you. All right.
So Andy, real quick here on your toolbar, notice you have the swing ideas icon. Now, was that on the very latest beta release? The beta that goes out to us before we even release it on the website?
On my toolbar, this thing?
I'm sorry, on your channel bar.
Oh.
Swing ideas.
Yes. You don't have that, huh?
Well, I think I've been distracted and haven't downloaded the latest.
I thought this is definitely one of the newest. This is a developmental version, so you guys may not have it. Yeah, it's 20, so it's the latest. I thought it was on 19, but maybe it's not. So yes, I haven't had time to look at this over real good, but good eye, Jamie.
Looks like I'm looking right now. I'm going to go ahead and install it while you're doing that, and that way I'll have the answer.
So once again, if you're looking for swings, we're constantly adding new channels. You know, we added the blockchain, you know, about a month ago. That's a very popular one, and now we have swing ideas. And I didn't know I'm surprised they didn't consult with me, because I have some very good swing.
Well, I'm sure some of your stuff is probably in there, Andy.
Well, yeah. All right, but yeah, good eye, Jamie.
Well, it was actually a user that pointed it out. One of our attendees.
Okay. Okay, new user here. Can we go over on one of the cloud links and show how you would read the alert there? I'm not sure, Basuki, what you mean here. If you're talking about, is there a certain one you have in mind, certain window or cloud link or name of the window? I don't want to lose my thing here, so if y'all see what he says, let me know. Okay. Okay, I see your swing there, Peter. Thanks for that. Yeah, Harold, the extreme volume high-low, you will find it. Scroll down till you see my name, Andy, and you'll find it to be the first one under my name. Okay, I opened my T list. My top list and got along with the drop-down menu with other list options. Does that occur all the time, or do I do? Well, I think what you're talking about there, Angie, is a top list. You may be seeing. We've kind of made our top list so you can stay in one window and jump around to other top lists that you created. If you're talking about a drop-down menu in your T list, that has to be it, where you can basically navigate through your top list in one window, and that's what that's here for. And I don't know if I have an example of that. Okay, so probably I'm probably on small, well, no, I'm not here. Let me see.
So Andy, just for your information here, I downloaded, it's still 4220. So I'm not really sure how your swing ideas is showing up in there.
You know what? I bet you I know why. And I will ask the guys what they're doing. I've been doing some demonstration for some professional groups. So in the back office, I'm signed up under the
You're on the test server.
Yep, I'm under Brad's name. So that's why I do not have a heart. Okay, you see, I don't have any like system. So you're right. I'm on the test server. So sorry about that, guys. Well, hopefully that'll be showing you what's coming down the road. More than likely it is, I would think. But yeah, Angie, Jamie, you know what she's talking about. You know how sometimes in the top list, I'm not sure why I don't have it, you'll actually have a drop-down menu where you can kind of navigate to other top lists.
I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on, I'm switching servers here, and then I'll get mine up and going here. Hold on.
We have so many irons in the fire, guys, and we're constantly updating. There's not too many softwares where like every 2 weeks another version comes out, which is good for you, which all it means is we're just bringing on more stuff for you guys. But when that happens, Andrew, that might be a reason why you're seeing that in your version and I'm not seeing it in mine. So
okay, so can you repeat that one more time, Andy, now that I'm looking at one of my top lists?
I'm not seeing it in my version, but I have seen it in other versions where you will have a drop-down menu, all right, in your top list, where you can navigate to other top lists. And I don't know if it changes with the newest version or what happens.
Okay, here's what you do. Okay, so pull up a top list.
Okay, I got one right here.
And just right-click, and what we're going to do is go to Properties, and at the very top there, show Strategy Menu.
Ah, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's what. Thank you. That's why I didn't see it.
If you hit that drop down, and you'll see there's just more top lists that you can access in there.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Some of these are pre-configured. They're not ones that I have, but.
You know what? Those are, like when you go right-click configure in the alert window. Right. Remember the old way we stored the pre-configured strategies in the little folders to the left there? That's just the same kind of thing going on here, but a little bit more easily accessible.
Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. Thank you, Jamie. I wasn't.
All right. So let's see.
How should we analyze the gap scanner? What should we be looking first? And what are scanners do you recommend for using on it? Well, the gaps, the most important thing for me when I'm looking at gap scanners is, showing me what stocks are strong and what stocks are weak in pre-market. And then, let's see, so here's a gappers. Okay, I have one here, up 4%. I'm gonna do up 4% and down 4%. All right, So this is a gap scanner. Okay, so let's look how simple the configuration is. Remember, it's a T window, so it's a top list, which means there's no alert. Okay, an alert is an event, and when you're using a top list, there's no events, it's only filters. In any stock, okay, that satisfies all these filters are going to appear in the top list. Okay, so for this example, I have stocks between $1 and $500. Average daily volume is 200,000 shares a day. And what I'm doing here, I'm defining what the gap has to be. It's kind of quirky looking because if you're looking at this, you're saying, well, wait, what? That makes sense. You got -4 in the max and positive, but just trust me, this is how you read it because they work independently of each other. So it's going to show me every stock that is gapping up over 4%. I'm looking for a minimum. Independently so, and it's going to show me every stock that is gapping down 4% or more. Once again, it's kind of quirky. It takes a little bit getting used to, but that's how you read it. And that's how you have to set it up. So very simple, gap scanner, only 3 filters: price, average daily volume, and percentage of gap. So now I know everything in here is either gapping up or gapped up this morning 4% or gapped down 5%. I have this sorted by change from close. So this is actually when the market opens up, this is just basically going to become static. Okay, you will still see the different data coming in here, but we know the change from, the percentage of gap. Let me see, let me just make sure. Yeah, gap percentage. So what's going to happen? I haven't pulled this up in a while, and I'll probably change it. So this is what it's going to look like, okay? And throughout the day, it's pretty much it's going to remain static because you have it sorted by percentage of gap. So obviously, the gap number is set for the initial price. Once the initial price ticks, boom, your gap is set. There's nothing to be changing. So a lot of people want to use these gap scanners during intraday, but it's really you can use it by just saying, okay, let's see what's this one doing. Maybe you can use position and range. You can see if I'm looking at this, I say, whoa, this gapped up this morning, but look, it's at the lower end of its range. So I know just by looking at this, it's had a big gap up and it sold off all morning. So there is definitely information you can decipher, from this. But I think the main thing about this is a lot of people, what they'll do is they look at these gappers, they see where the pre-market high is. Let's put up in a pre-market. Okay, so this ran up all morning. As soon as it opened up, boom, it sell off. What a lot of people will do, well, they'll set price alerts at the pre-market high. So when that price alert, and then they set it and forget it, and then in the morning, maybe this thing is going to do a horseshoe where it opens up and then comes back around like this and then goes through that high. That is the way a lot of people use gap scanners. Okay, see the pre-market high. Okay, I'm going to set alert. If it takes out that pre-market high, I'm going to want to buy it. So you can just go through and set alerts. But that's a good example of a gap scanner. And of course, you can use a gap scanner along with a gap filter if you want to. In other words, if you want to trade stocks that are hitting new high and they had at least gap up 2% or something like that, you can actually use it for a filter as well. All right. Oh shoot, man, this damn scroll bar. All right, let me find where I was here.
Sorry, Andy, I was talking and
no, my bad. You know how you try to use your mouse wheel on our questions, saying boom, and it just shoots it all the way to the top.
Yeah, exactly. And I was talking to you and didn't realize I was on mute, so I was just talking to myself here.
Hey, can I clarify something real quick? A lot of people are looking at the channel bars saying, "Hey, why don't I have a swing trade channel?" Well, Andy, is that because you're on the wealth version?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so we kind of
went over that
already.
Okay, I'm just still typing questions. I didn't realize if you went over that. It's a different version.
Because he's on a different server. Actually, it's not the build.
Yeah, I was preparing for I do a professional presentation. So in these, they have what's called a wealth channel. You're not going to see a wealth channel on yours either. So this is what this is. It's kind of the test server, like Jamie says, where you can go in and see different channels. But that may be.
I'm sure that will work its way into the production version at some point. But you know, basically, you guys just got a little peek through a hole in the wall. So there you have it. Hey, so Andy, earlier I think it was Basuki was asking about how to take signals or whatever, and you asked, well, could you be more specific?
Okay.
So have you already covered this one where he says, how would you trade with the alpha predator strategy? Well, no, I'm saying you haven't addressed that specific question yet, right?
Oh, no.
Okay, well, I'd be more than happy to kind of throw a little theory out there. And we can't tell you how to trade with a strategy. We can tell you what the strategy is looking for, which alpha predator is looking for smaller cap stocks that are doing, you know, making crazy moves. Now, we can't tell you, okay, this is how you're going to trade these. That's up to the individual trader. But we can tell you what alpha predator is looking for, and that is what Andy is showing you right here. If we look at these charts, you're going to notice these things were active. They weren't just sitting around, you know, whether it's an inactive stock that becomes active for the day or one that's active all the time. So if you're going to trade these types of plays, you got to have your wits about you and be willing to take some big risk, because these things are going to flop around a lot more than a stock that is not quite as volatile. But as far as telling you how to trade it, yeah, that's really what a trading coach would do. And you know, we're just users, longtime users of the software and traders, software jockeys. So can't really tell you how to trade strategy. Now we do cover setups in our normal weekly webinars, you know, where we're talking about the scanners that we use and the types of setups that we like to see. So you'll probably get a lot of value in that in the coming weeks, especially if you become a subscriber.
Very
or you
good,
might already be. You might already be.
Exactly. And Jamie's correct. And if, like you said, you're going to see a lot of kind of obscure stocks, and you know, sometimes in the regular Alpha Predator. If you look on that handout down in my section, you're going to find an Alpha Predator Pro, which looks for a little bit more liquid stocks. Okay, you're going to see probably less choppiness in many of the charts. And I'm going to show you something, because I've I presented this style right here to a few traders, and they've all come back and they're doing really good with it. And what they do, so they asked me, they said, Andy, you know, I want to find strong stocks that are pulling back. Okay, now this takes a little bit of work, but they like the Alpha Predator, but you know, a lot of times when they see the alert, it's on highs, and you know, like, I don't want to buy stocks on highs. I want to catch these pulling back. So I told them, what you do is just build you a very simple pullback 25% from highs alert. And I will see if I can find it. Let's see what I call it. It was 25%. Okay. 25% up 1%. Okay, well, it's going to use this one. This is a simple alert. Okay, so this is a 25% pullback from highs, an A window alert. Okay, remember, this is an event. Something is happening. It's pulling back 25% from a strong stock, pulling back 25% from highs. Steve wrote a really good strategy for Holly. That's one of our best performing strategies in Holly, based upon this theory. All right, so what I have done. Okay, let's just take a look at the configuration real quick. Okay, it's a 25% pullback from highs. Okay. Dang it, this is not the one I wanted. We're going to build one real quick, guys, because that has too many filters. All right. So we're going to build a fresh new one here. And we're going to select alerts. 25% pullback from highs, taking the close. And we're going to do a 25% pullback from highs from the open. Okay, we're not going to put any filters in it because what we're going to do here is we are going to so what you're going to do is you're going to migrate basically these symbols over to this symbol list. Okay, so what you can do here is just create a little symbol list, and I think I may already have one. So let's go tools. I know that I probably shouldn't have gone down this rabbit hole, but it's going to take some time, that I wanted to share this with you. Symbol lists, and let's see if I have it. We'll just call create new list. 25% pullback on AP will be alpha predator. Okay, so we created that list. There it is. All right, now we are going to send stocks to that. So as you're watching alpha predator throughout the day, all you have to do, let's say you want to migrate these symbols over to this alert, so you will be notified when these stocks pull back 25%. So all you got to do is copy as many as you want, or select as many as you want, send to symbol list, and we're going to find 25% pullback on alpha predator. Now what we have to do is go into this symbol, this A window right now, okay, and we have to point it to that symbol list. Very easy to do. You just go to symbol list, add existing list, and help me find it, guys. There it is. There we have it. Only the drop down box will turn to only the following list. Click OK. OK. And now let's see what happened in here today. Go to history, today. So now you got stocks that are strong that you don't want to buy on highs, but what it's showing you throughout the day is anytime these stocks pull back 25%, right here, boom, pulled back for you. You got the alert at 5:06 and moved higher. So this is a great way. I know some traders that are doing this. Here's another example, pulled back 25%. So this is a great way to find good entries on strong stocks. Okay, it takes a little work, but not much. You just got to copy them and send them over to your symbol list, and then track these. So it's a great way to let the price come to you. Okay, very powerful technology that allows you to do that. All right, I know that probably questions are getting deep on me now.
Well, Jamie typed out a good question, which is probably a great question to demonstrate, how to take the collaboration from a top list and put it into an alert.
Mm-hmm.
Let me read the question for everybody. Is there an easy way to copy the strategy from top list or multi-strategy window into an alert window to run back testing? That's correct. So, Good question.
Absolutely. So what you have to do, we'll do this, let's see here. I'll just move this over here in case somebody has any questions.
After typing out that response, I do have to say this, okay? Take your multi-strategy window and right-click and go to Strategies, hover over the strategy, and you'll see the backtest option is available from within the multi-strategy window. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
What he's showing is you can go down here and you can back test it. I did know that what Jamie's talking about that did exist. I have used that before, and that's a great point. But I think what Steve is talking about, I'm not sure what the guy was asking, but it's still a very good topic. Let's say you want to take this. Did you have something to say, Steve?
No, I mean, you are correct. The multi-strategy, that can be done in case the question asker did not know that. But the person who asked that question still has a valid question, is how do I take the settings from a top list and put that into an alert to get it ready for some sort of back testing?
Right.
Yep. All right. So let's say you have this Trend Change Pro right here. Okay. This is looking for stocks. I'm not going to go into configuration with respect to time, but it's basically looking for stocks that have been beaten up on a 52-week chart. Okay. But in the last 20 days, or at 20 days, it's showing signs of maybe possibly turning a corner and the trend is changing. And so let's say you want to take this strategy. You're like, well, gosh, I'd love to get this and somehow test, to see. Well, you can do that, but you have to make it. You can only test an A window. You can only back test an A window. So here's what we do. You right-hit click. Okay, you go find collaborate. Okay, it's gonna give you the code for that window. So all you have to do is copy all. Now we want to go, and what do we have to do? We have to make it into an A window. So we just hit OK because we're going to change it anyway. And now we right click in the new A window that we spawned, and we click on collaborate. And now we paste all. We're pasting the code we took from that Alpha Predator Pro. And there you have it. Now, here's the problem with it. Okay, all you've done right now is you made it into an A window, but there's no true alert. All it is a heartbeat right now. So if I go to, let's see, configure, and go to column so you can see the type. Okay, you can see the only alert right now is what's called a heartbeat. A heartbeat is just a way to go out. The servers were ping for filters that are all being satisfied. Okay, we used to use this a lot, but then when we came up with top list, this kind of became archaic, but it's still a great way, to convert a top list into an A window. But you can't really. I guess you could. A heartbeat's going to come. It pings every like 5 minutes, I think. Isn't that right, Jamie?
Yeah, the bottom line is you don't want to run a filter set in an alert window.
No.
You want to attach a catalyst or an alert to it. Otherwise,
Exactly.
It's just going to be noise. It's just going to be noise.
Exactly. So what you want to do is we have to replace the heart, okay, with an alert. And in most cases, a new high is probably the most efficient. Okay, so what we want to do here is go back to the configure, all right, and select alert, and we're going to take it off the heartbeat, and we're going to put it on new high. Okay, so now we have a back testable alert. Okay, so now we have a new high. We go back, we look at histories, put it on today. Now we're seeing all these stocks that were satisfying all of our filters in the Trend Change Pro, but now they're in alert fashion with the alert being a new high. So now we can go in and we can back test this. And we're going to save the back testing for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have 3 hours. We're running out of time here. But anyway, that is how you convert a top list into an A window. Let's see. And can you help understand the difference between two subscriptions? Let me see.
Maybe Karen's asking about a downloadable manual. Maybe show her how to get specific detailed information on every specific alert using the help button, because the documentation, Karen, is a giant page, and Andy's going to show you an easy way to find what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. It basically is a manual. So you go in here, and let's say you want to search for, let's just put in VWAP, and you're like, okay, distance from VWAP. Let's see what this means. Okay, well, we have a little, if you're confused there, distance from VWAP percentage, we have a little help button, and we have this for every alert and every filter. So all you have to do is click on that little button, and it's going to pull up the documents page for you, where you can just read about. These filters compare the last print to the stock's VWAP for the day. Examples. So it's just really easy way to just pop up anytime. Just use that little help button there, and it's going to really help you a lot. But yeah, there is a help button, and like I said, you highlight it on anything, and just you can pop it up. All right.
It's not easy to Mark's question about, changing the top list to an A list with just a click of a button. You have to understand it's completely different software architecture on the back end. So if we could do something like that, we would, but it's limitations due to the scalability and the architecture of the software foundation.
Mm-hmm.
I've converted so many top lists to alert windows, I get calluses on my fingers.
All right. If you guys see any more that we need to talk about here, let me know. Guys, we only have, about a few more minutes left. So if you have any questions, we will take about 3 more, but then we're just going to run out of time here.
And then, of course, if the time passes and you thought, oh, I wish I would have asked that question, info@trade-ideas.com. I'll say it again, info@trade-ideas.com is a after-hours great source of getting your questions answered in email format.
Mm-hmm. And please remember, guys, tomorrow is a long one with all 3 of us in there, and it's going to be 3 hours. It starts at 11 o'clock Eastern time, and it runs all the way to 2 o'clock Eastern time. So if you didn't get your question answered, please come in there tomorrow, and we will wrap this week up with a very long, 3-hour version to help, everybody we can. So, you're welcome, Angie. I'm glad you did that. 25%. It's just, when you're building these alerts, guys, I'm serious. If you just think in your head what you're looking for before you start going through there, and that's what I do most of the time. I don't first look at this, just go through my alerts and filters to see, oh, let me see what I want to search for. I always have, and I know probably Jamie and Steve do the same thing, I always have an idea in my head first, and then I start looking. So, for example, strong stocks pulling back 25%, very easy. Oh, let me see what we have on stocks pulling back. So that will help you, if you think about what you're looking for, and then do your research. Okay, it looks like
a lot of people are asking where the recording is going to be for this. I've answered that publicly a couple times, but in the chat window, if you open up the chat window, I have also put in the YouTube channel where all of the events that we've done this week, Monday through today, are uploaded into the most recent uploads of our Trade Ideas YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you feel like you missed something, we covered some pretty in-depth stuff there, creating a 25% pullback window and sending your symbols to a symbol list. And so really just watch that, and you can see how, just go over it and scroll back, and I assume you can go back and forth in the video and learn about creating symbol list. And I take, then another one is collaborating and turning a top list into, that's advanced kind of stuff there, guys. So if you're catching on to that, everything else is going to be elementary to you. It's just going to take a little time. And all right, guys, I'm not seeing. It looks like everybody's kind of wrapped it up. I hope we've helped you today. And don't forget, guys, about tomorrow. When will Holly be able to trade for us? Well, that still may be off. We do have a hedge fund that's going to be testing it soon. So we're going to put that, let the professionals test that for a little bit before we turn it over to retail. But hopefully that'll be coming, Karen, at some point. All right, guys. Well, thank you for showing up today and for all your questions and participation. Steve and Jamie, thank you guys for helping out. And you guys have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow in the support webinar, the 3-hour one at 11 o'clock Eastern time.
You should have an email for that. Hopefully that's only going to the test drive people. So we'll see you all tomorrow, and we'll have a nice long version tomorrow. All right.
Yep.
All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.